Good evening and welcome. Tonight we will be going over the history and geography of Atlántida in Honduras. Atlántida, as the name suggests, is located on the Atlantic, specifically the Caribbean Sea along the Gulf of Honduras, very aptly named. Atlántida is known as Honduras's ecotourism capital. What is ecotourism? It is a form of tourism where you specifically go to enjoy the natural environment without harming it in any way. So everything is, recycled, everything is organic, everything is just very natural and very safe for the earth. And you get to enjoy the beauty of nature. Running along the southern part here of Atlántida is the Nombre de Dios Mountains. In particular, Pico Bonito is just outside the capital city of La Ceiba. Tela is the other big city you can see here in the Bay of Tela. But throughout the rest is mostly just forest, lots of beautiful national parks, and ecotourism lodges for the most part. It's not quite like a beachy area, but Tela kind of is, but it's not like you go there for the beaches, but it has beaches, You mainly go there for the environment, for the jungle, right? La Ceiba, if you don't know, is a very important name for this corner of the world here in Central America. Because for the ancient Mayans, the ceiba tree was their world tree. Lots of ancient religions have world trees where the branches represent the connection to the heavens and the gods, and the roots represent the connection to the underworld, and the middle is the world we are in today. So world trees represent the three main, very important realms for many ancient religions. So the fact that this area all started with these ceiba trees, very apt, because this was just a lot of nothing until 1872, when a guy built a shack under a ceiba tree, and that started the town of La Ceiba. It didn't really pick up until much later, when the Vaccaro brothers began buying up land here. The Vaccaro brothers ran their own fruit company out of New Orleans, and it would eventually become part of Dole, like the bananas, And therefore, this area became a huge port city, and the area grew lots of bananas and pineapples that were thus shipped out to New Orleans, to America. They built railroads to reach all of the fruit plantations, and Honduras's first bank was established in La Ceiba. Atlántida was made a department of Honduras in 1902. But if you're wondering, how come you didn't mention any of the fruit farms during the geography section? Well, that's because this is no longer a fruit-producing region. There are many other much larger ports and much better farming areas around Honduras. La Ceiba is not even a port city anymore. They turned their entire port into a tourism area. Now, this is all about tourism. The biggest party in La Ceiba is during the San Isidro Carnival in May. And it looks very much like Carnival with the street dances and the big flashy costumes and the floats and drinking and all of that, like big party atmosphere. And it goes on for like weeks. It goes on for a while. But it's not Carnival, it's not for Lent, it's for their patron saint, San Isidro. And essentially, that is where we are today. It's made a huge turn toward tourism in the 21st century, and it seems to be doing very well for itself, because you think ecotourism in Central America, you think Costa Rica, maybe Guatemala, maybe Belize. You wouldn't think Honduras, because Honduras has kind of a reputation for not being the safest place to travel, right? But Atlántida is trying to turn that reputation around to get more people to come and see the beautiful wildlife. So why don't we head over to the tablet, take a look at that beautiful wildlife for ourselves. Here we are at Atlántida Departamento. I'm going to zoom out first of all to show you exactly where we are. Maybe you don't know where Honduras is located, and that's okay, because I know Central America is hard to remember exactly where everything is, and it's almost straight little line there. Honduras is right here. This is Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua. You can see the Caribbean here. Right along there is Atlántida. Let's start off in La Ceiba. And we are going to look at, I guess, the big dock over here. So yeah, this used to be the major shipping area. Now it is the Malecón. It's the beautiful little riverside seaside area where you can enjoy the sea breeze and see beautiful gardens. Lovely area to, bring your family, enjoy the seaside. Let's see. Let's take a look at it. It's very lovely, very calming, isn't it? Very peaceful. Little seaside area. Oh, gorgeous. I love that. Look at the clouds too. That's lovely. Let me see. Here's the estuary. Let's see if there's any pictures here. I haven't looked at this. Oh wow, look at that. That's fun to see too. Big tree. I wonder if that's the tree, Maybe the one that started to tell. Some turtles hanging out. If I recall, I didn't really find much here in town to show you. Which is kind of a bummer, because it's a very lovely little city from what I've seen online. Let's see. Yeah, it's mostly I found stuff outside the city. So we need to look at, I'm trying to show you Pico Bonita, but nothing's popping up for it, so I think I have to type it in. Yep, Pico Bonita. There are also lots of places called Armenian. I know many immigrants came here, and Armenia wouldn't be surprising to me. So I assume that there's a Armenian population here. But here's Pico Bonito. This is the large mountain that you can see from anywhere in the city. Gorgeous waterfalls. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Let's see if we can't get a distant shot. Look at all the clouds. The morning fog. Beautiful waterfalls. And this is, oh wow, that's amazing. This is in its own little national park as well. What is that? Is that a monkey? I can't tell. What is that? Let's see. Maybe if I just click on the national park. Oh, here we go. maybe? You can see the peak. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? Yeah, peak. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We have, zoom out a bit. There was a park over here as well. Maybe not, but let's look at what El Padre is. Oh my goodness. What lovely hillsides there. Let's go look. Or I know there's more parks. There's one over here. Seaside one. So pretty. All mangrovey, swampy. Some traditional homes there, it looks like. And some old railroads as well. Used to transport all the bananas to the United States. This is one I read about a lot. It's near Taylor. Also very coastal. You can go on canoes and draft, see the beach. Beautiful little protected area here. How lovely. And the little village there you can stay at. Big cool rocks in the water. You can enjoy the ocean. You can enjoy the coastline. All of the watery fun places inside and all the mountains as well. Here is Taylor. Let's take a look at the slideshow here. Taylor, there's where the river meets the sea. Beautiful little, pretty much from what I could tell, like a little resort vacation town. Yep, this is where you come before, like this is where you arrive and stay in the city before you head out into the jungle. Over here, make sure I'm not getting lost. We have Jeanette Kawas National Park over here. Jeanette Kawas was a fascinating person. I was reading all about her. She campaigned to keep these trees from being cut down and paid with it with her life. She was murdered. So this park recognizes her efforts to maintain this so it wouldn't get knocked down, to build for the lumber and then to build things all around it. She kept it preserved. And just what a legacy to leave behind. Big pelican. Let's head down and pick out a random eco lodge to look at. They pop up all over the place. This looks like one. Maybe. Oh yeah, you can eat some coconuts, it looks like. Get some berries. Very little scrumptious looking berries there. Really fuzzy, but those look juicy. A little lodge there. You can see all the little churches up there as well. Botanical gardens. Let's see this. Oh, a little village, it looks like. Sweet cows. But yeah, there's lots to explore in this little strip of Honduras. I highly encourage you to poke around for yourself to see, because it's very tiny. So you have to be careful to not accidentally leave when you're exploring. But that's okay, because there's a lot of beauty in this corner of the world. Let's see what that is. Nothing. Jardin de Niños. I said it like it's French. Jardin de Niños. Not Jardin, that's French. Let's finish this out at the unnamed point. How about that? Right on the board there. Look at the morning fog coming in. I'm used to that, being from San Francisco. We call the fog a Carl. this is where I'm going to leave you for tonight. The mountain poking up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this style of content, please consider subscribing. You don't want to miss the next video because we are heading to Benin. It's going to be a tablet-only video because it's a very tiny department of Benin. And it is the place where voodoo originated. So we are going to see voodoo, a big voodoo temple, a voodoo sacred forest, and many other incredible sights there. So be sure to subscribe because you don't want to miss out. I hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational, and I hope that you have a good